everyone, happy Friday. Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. Hope you guys have had a great weekend and are excited about, hope you had a great week. What am I saying? And I hope you're excited for the weekend. I'm sure you've had a hard week and are excited to have a nice relaxing weekend, or maybe vice versa. Maybe it's been a boring week and you're, whatever. And so whatever you're having, hope you're having a great day. Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. This is Petal. As you know, we're a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, Lily, Mama Doria, Pula Guy, the chickens, the Invictus community, all of us here, and all of us joining around the world, wherever you are. So happy to be all part of the same community, supporting our favors and the work that they are doing. So welcome, welcome, welcome. As you know, we are biased and petty. And I was caught in my pettiness early today. And so I'll tell you all about it in a sec. But anyway, welcome as I pull this music down. Yeah, let's just pull this out. Anyway, check out who's in the chat with me. Hello, my friends. I see Diane. I see Lydia and Fancy. Lydia is our awesome moderator. Fancy and Diane and Church Nelly, our other awesome moderator. Dolores and who else? Kenneth, Nelly. So we have a Church Nelly and a Nelly. Oh, that's awesome. Hazel is here. Robert was the first person who joined earlier. I was like, maybe it'll just be the both of us. Robert is joining us from Rome, as he always does. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy you guys are here. Hopefully more of our friends will join us. Oh, I see Kenitha has joined, and Catherine, and chosen to be his. And who else is here? Jay Patterson. Welcome, guys. I missed you all yesterday. I was a bit crazy. Didn't get a chance to do a podcast yesterday, but I'm glad to be back to hang out for a bit. Yes. So I see Church Nelly is here. So let's see. We got to find Church Nelly to get her some of her favorite things that I had. Let's see. Church Nelly. Yes, I have a favorite slide. A whole slide just for Church Nelly. So there you are, Church Nelly. This is your nachos for the day. And like we had, same ones. And her ice and her sodas and her drinks, anything Church Nelly needs that's nacho related, it's right here waiting for her to munch on. So you go, Church Nelly. So anyways, so while Church Nelly is munching, our faves have been really quiet, I'm telling you, Church Nelly. Not the nacho man, just have the nacho chips. That's the chips is what you need today. Just the nacho chips. So there. Anyways, our faves have been pretty quiet, actually. Very quiet and hanging out under a tree somewhere in Montecito. And and let's see, except Prince Harry actually was out yesterday, him and his Los Padres team. They were out practicing yesterday. Just so see Prince Harry and one of the, I guess, trainers or people that work with them as they prepare. Today, there actually is their semifinal match. So they are playing FMB2. Out there at the Santa Barbara Polo Club today at, I think it's at 4 p.m. So that's their game today, semifinals. This is the last tournament of the season that they're in. So it's amazing because they lost the last two matches. They won the first two, lost the last two, and did a shootout. And so they won the shootout, and that's how they got into the semifinals, basically. And so they're playing today at I think 4 o'clock. So fingers, toes crossed, prayers up, everything that they will make it into the finals, and the finals is on Sunday. So yeah, Prince Harry and the team, and Nacho and all the team. And it was so funny. Nacho's family is an Instagram family. They just post everything on Instagram. It's funny. But one of the things Nacho posted today, and I thought, not that it had anything to do with the polo at all, but I thought it was so apropos for, say, Harry or Meghan, how they choose to live. Don't argue with people who want to misunderstand you. Starve them with silence. And I thought, this is so perfect for Harry and Meghan. This is exactly what they do, because, many on Shutter Island, especially their press, they seem to have devoted their lives to misunderstanding, or completely not even trying to understand, completely misquoting, misrepresenting, flat out lying. On the Sussexes, and I love that, starve them with silence, and that is what the Sussexes have been doing. And if you notice, I don't know if you guys are on Twitter at all, but Twitter, they are now at this scraping the bottom of the barrel for the dregs on anything about the Sussexes, because since the Sussexes left Shutter Island, and then they posted about baby Lily, it's been complete silence. So they have not engaged in anything. And so, for example, with all the nonsense on Shutter Island. So I've been just very happy about that. And I was like, you go, Nacho. That is exactly how you treat that nonsense. Starve them with silence. So, yeah. So anyways, excited about the match. I finally saw a video, because I was like, how exactly do they score? What it is there like a poll or something? That's how much I know about polo. So I actually YouTubed it, and to see, well, how do they score? Like, what do they do? And so there was a video of it, and I was like, oh, thanks. That's how much I knew nothing about polo. I mean, like, I just see them chasing after this, this little ball thing, I guess, with the horse. But I was like, I never really saw like how they scored. That's to tell you how much I don't never watch polo. So I literally had to YouTube it. But anyways, hello everyone. Oh, Lisa's here, and Annie and Emma. Who else joined us? Karen. Hi, Karen M, our other awesome moderator, Karen M over there. And Mashar is here. Rose Green, hello. Sistren has joined us. Jacqueline. Let's see, I said Diane already. Welcome, guys. Terry is here. Hello. Welcome. What's going on? Let's see. Let's just check in the chat for a second to see if anyone is talking about anything they've learned, heard, want to chat about, whatever. Let's see. Scrolling up. Diane says, yes, win today at polo means more polo Harry and polo Nacho on Sunday. I know. Exactly. And it would be so amazing for them to, come all the way back if they will, Lord willing, they win today. Come all the way back and play on Sunday. Can you imagine if they won on Sunday? I mean, gosh, that'll be 3 cups they'll be winning. I don't think any other team has done it, come close to that. I know they've already won 2. So yeah, but it's it's exciting. Hi, Lydia. Lydia says, when the Sussexes are quiet, we know something big is coming. Exactly. They are working. They're under their tree working. We know we are expecting Meghan's podcast to come out anytime soon. They said summer. This is summer, so any day we'll get that. And Harry's book is coming up. We also have looking forward to Invictus, the Heart of Invictus for the Invictus Games. So that's also coming up. I'm sure that's in post. I'm sure. I don't know if they're still filming, but since the Invictus ended in April, so they may be doing some other interviews or stuff like that. But I'm assuming by now it's probably in post, and I obviously could be wrong. They probably and they could be out shooting B-rolls and all of that stuff as well. So but yeah, we're looking forward to that. Don't know when it's coming out, but that'll be very exciting. Let's see. Let's see what else is happening? Let's screw it up a little bit. Patricia, hi Patricia. Patricia says, "Good afternoon, Squad and Pedal. Glad to be here, and I'm listening." Hi Patricia. I'm happy you're here as well. And Dory want to send some good vibes. Hello, everyone. Good vibes. Exactly, Dory. Good Friday vibes. I mean, what's not to love? It's Friday, fun time weekend. What is not to love? Um, and Lydia wants to remind everyone. No, wait, Lydia, I literally just I just lost your I just lost your post. Oh. I guess Lydia was just welcoming everyone. And while Lydia's welcoming everyone, please guys, if I guess I forgot my little banner thing down there. Please, if you haven't, please click that notification bell. Please click the subscribe button and the notification bell. I can't speak today. To subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and click that notification bell so that you're notified exactly when we drop a video, or when we are having a live. You will be notified. And please share it. We are over 4,000. We'd like to get to 5,000 quickly. So please share it and help us grow this community. That would be most appreciated. So anyways, what else is happening? Hello, let's see. Let's just get that out. Okay, there we go. Let's take that out. All right, fantastic. What else is happening? Oh, I saw this yesterday and it was so kind of cool because I'm like, you know what? I think I need to spend a whole podcast, a whole episode doing this, because I feel like, a lot of times I, talk about Meghan, but just the work that she's done now. And I haven't really gone back and just so really focus on what she did in the past, and because so many people are basically, they're under the impression that Meghan, what she does now and the work that she's doing with different charities and different organizations is just because she is a royal. And a lot of people either, don't know or just ignore or just would like to erase all of the work that she's done in the past and the tables that she had and was at before she even became a royal. And so I'm like, I think I need to do an entire, and you guys can let me know, actually, maybe we should do a poll if that's something you'd like to, yes, no, if that's something. How do you do a poll on this thing? I don't know if we can do a poll on it, but maybe I'll do it in the community page. I know I could do a poll there. If you'd like to see an episode of just work that Meghan and organizations that she was connected with in the past before she even married Harry. So, but I love this. It's called Meghan Markle Archive, and it says rooms that she entered on her own, no titles attached. And they mentioned 4, but I was just like, oh yeah, it's so important that people know, or really recognize the work she did long before she was a member of the royal family. And actually, let's just change the view of this so it's not hiding anything. Let's take that out. There we go. So we can see this better. And the first slide on this, and these are all her posts, like before she had her own Instagram. And so this was her Meghan Markle account when she was on Twitter. It's like, my life is absolutely surreal, grateful, UN Women, United Nations, he for she, gender equality, New York, where she was at the UN. And there she is at the UN with UN Women. And this was in 2014. September 2014, October 2014, she was at One World, because it says, because life offers opportunities unimaginable, we can list the notable groups I was so lucky to share the table with. One Young World, grateful. And there she is, with One World and all the, I guess, representatives and stuff. I think she was advisor, I think, with young one world, one young world. I cannot speak. One young world, and there she is with them. And you guys in the chat, if you remember what her role was at One Young World, if it's not an advisor, I don't think it was called an advisor. It's something in that role where she was advising young girls, so, or young people, I should say. So if that's not the name, if you can just correct me in the chat, that would be awesome. And then that was October. In December 2014, she's like, throw a TBT to a week ago. She was like, a week ago. Today, starting the USO tour adventure with my dear sweet Celine, DC, Spain, Italy, Afghanistan, UK, DC, and now homeward bound. Grateful Air Force 2 USO, and here she's on Air Force 2 flight and doing the USO tour, which they go to different places where the U.S. Army are stationed. And so it was from DC, Spain, Italy, and Afghanistan, UK, and I guess back to DC. But she was with the USO there. And also the last one was at the White House, obviously meeting President Obama. And she said, such a pleasure to meet you, Mr. President Barack Obama. Grateful, U.S. White House. And that was in 2015. And, again, this is only 4, but we know that she did so much more. And not only that, she was in Africa, especially Rwanda. I was actually watching I should have pulled that into that. I should have pulled that in. I'm just thinking about it now. But I was just watching the video a couple of days ago of her in Rwanda, helping the community in Rwanda get clean water. And so she did. She was with World Vision, and so they did there's a whole page online of that. And so she did a video of the process of helping them and working with them to get this clean drinking water to this community. And I was looking at that because someone on Twitter had posted, I think it was one of the UK paper had posted that, Prince Charles is the first royal to go to Rwanda. And I was like, Meghan was in Rwanda in 2016, before she was a royal, but you can't still claim he's the first royal. Well, Meghan was, when Meghan did it, she did it in 2016. Yeah, she wasn't a royal then, but and so many other things, like her work in India with Mina Mahalia, and getting sanitary pads for girls and women there, and so much of her work. And I just think, for me personally, I think I'm gonna do an entire episode on and you can tell me if it's something you want as well, and we'll come to some kind of thing. But I just think it's so important to remember and to basically not let people erase, which they've been trying to do, especially that Grenfell thing, and that erase the work that she's done, the tables that she has. And she even mentioned the being at being at the table with those people and those organizations. And I just think it's really fantastic to and to see, especially when people try to compare her to other other royals. And it's just like, no, Meghan came in a fully formed human being with a life of her own, a table of her own, where she was at the forefront. I mean, on the highest level of whether it's government or whatever, she already came in doing that. And so nobody else in the royal family can claim that. Not one other person in the royal family can claim that they had this kind of stature and influence and access before they entered the royal family. None of them can claim that. And Meghan can, and this is why they are all so afraid of her. This is why anytime Meghan opens her mouth, she's running for president, because they know. You look at something like, say, yesterday, was it yesterday, I think, or the day before? I don't remember. But Kate Middleton met with government officials talking about her baby things, early years. And nobody not one press have I heard said, "Oh my goodness, Kate Middleton is speaking to government officials," and apparently Sajeev. Oh goodness, I should have gotten a name. I didn't plan on talking about this. This just came up. Just sort of popped in my mind. But the Sajeev Ravid, I think his name is. UK squaddies, please let me know his proper name. I don't want to disrespect him and not say his name properly. But he is the health minister, I guess under the Boris Johnson government. And so Kate Middleton met with him and other government officials to impress on them the importance of early years. Fine, she thinks she's an expert. Look, if that's what she, whatever. But she met with government official. Not one person have I heard scream that Kate is going to be Prime Minister of the UK. And that is the reason, like, nobody will even have that thought. Nobody is screaming at, oh my gosh, she's going to run for, whatever. But anytime, whether Meghan was in the royal family or not, out of it, it's always, anytime she get anywhere, open her mouth about anything, it's like, oh my gosh, she's going to run for president or prime minister, whatever. And it's just like the difference. It's really interesting to me. But anyway, oh, wow. And, hang on 1 second. Yeah. So anyway, talk about comparing how they do. This popped up today, and I was going to be petty about, just like I just compared them with, Meghan's work and Kay's work. This popped up today where, I guess Kate is at they're doing like a horse racing thing. Again, I know nothing about horses, so I'm so sorry that I don't know the name of the things that they're doing right now with the horses. It's like a whole royal thing. I don't know. I don't remember the name of the thing that they're all in carriages and going. So help me, British squaddies with the name. So anyway, Kate was there on the left. On the right, and this is what she was wearing. And so, of course, when I saw, thank you, Ascot, thank you, Cinderella, Royal Ascot, thank you, Thierry. I'm like, I don't know anything about horses, and it's just like, it's not something that is a natural for me. So thank you guys so much for helping me out with that. Thank you, Kanita. Everyone is helping me out. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much, Royal Ascot. So she was there today with her polka dots. And so obviously I remember that when Meghan went to Polo the last time, and Meghan was there, we remember, for the charity event that Los Padres was doing, and Meghan was there in her polka dots looking fabulous. So naturally I was like, oh, single white femaling again. And I was getting all petty about the and I was all set with my slide, and I had the slide very, I was like, yes, she is single white femaling again. How could she? And I was all up in my, thoughts about it and everything. And Chef, you remember Chef, Chef Anise, who was on here, our wonderful, awesome Jamaican squaddie. So I had the slide all done, ready to go to do the comparison and be all petty about it. And then I went on Twitter to see what's the latest before I come on here. And Chef Anise posted this. Sussex squad, I wish we would stop commenting on Kate copying Meghan's style and clothing. Why pay attention to what Kate is wearing? It does not make a difference, as Meghan transcends clothes. Focus on the things Meg and Harry are doing that help to transform lives. And I felt properly slapped when I saw that. I was like, oops. Because again, I was all ready to do my petty comparison and everything, and I was ready to go at her single white femaling. And then I read that, and Chef properly put me in my place, and I was like, that is so true. That is what I should be focusing on, not, comparing the clothes. I mean, it's nothing wrong. It's, I guess, if you want to compare clothes, whatever. but it shouldn't be such a focus where it's like anytime it happens, I go off the deep end about single white femaling. But I'm so happy she did, as we just looked at, the incredible work that Meghan was doing way before she became a royal, because she married into that family, and focus on that, and not, so much focus on the fact that because then it diminishes the work, so when I read that from Chef, and I was, obviously put in my place, I was gonna be like, okay, I'll just take this. That was my first instinct, was like, okay, I'll just take that slide away. Nobody has to know I was gonna be petty. And then I was like, Petal, that is so that is just so wrong, and so, like, I don't know, deceitful and dishonest. You know what you were gonna do. You know you were gonna be petty. Just be honest about it and just confess you were being petty. So I was just like, okay, fine, I'll just leave it here and just share with you my moments of pettiness, But it's just like, thank you, Chef, because that is so important. I felt like it helped me so much, because I was just like, you know what? It's Friday. Why can't I just be petty? And so I just felt like I was just completely, I was just felt completely justified in being petty. And, but thank you, my lovely, lovely, lovely Chef. I love, hopefully you're listening, and, maybe you can pop on and say hello. But yeah. Yep. Mama Chef put me in my place. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that. It was just my moment today. What else is there? Let's see. What I was gonna take. Oh, one of our squatties went to the library, and she thank you, Joyce. Joyce says, Petal, you can be petty if you want. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joyce. I'm like, sometimes I embrace I embrace it a little too much. And sometimes I think Maverick 72226 Miss Monroe says, Petal, I love petty and messy. I'm here for it. See, I knew I was in the right community. Y'all are just petty and very messy. I'm trying to, change my ways. And I was like, maybe I'll just stay petty. Maybe I'll just stay as biased and petty as I am. Let's see. Sister says Meghan would have been hauled to Kingdom Come if it was the other way around. Yeah, I'm assuming you're talking about, talking to having a roundtable meeting with those government officials. Yes, if that's what you're talking about, yeah, she would be. She would be very much attacked in trying to, influence the government, as they like their royals to stay there, be pretty, dressed in nice fashion, and not speak. Yeah, so yeah. So yeah, Sharon says, hi Sharon. Sharon says, yes, Petal, after how I call myself petty. You see, I'm like embracing it. Yes, Petal, after how many years of Meghan being bullied and still being bullied, be petty. Thank you, Sharon. I think I'll just keep my pettiness. But anyways, so I don't know if she's a squatty or not, but she definitely is a Meghan. She supports Meghan. She actually, Melon Head, or that's her handle at the top up there. And everything. And everything. She said she went to a local library, and for the first time, went to my local library for the first time and saw a book on display about Meghan Markle. And then she went on to say the book was a star biography by Kenneth Abdo, and it's a kid's book. Who knew? I had no idea there's a kid's book about Meghan. So obviously I went over to Amazon, I went to actually Google it, and I found it on Amazon, and sure enough, there is the book about Meghan from 2019. Now, I'm not advocating for this book. I'm not saying go out and buy this book. I don't know anything about this book. I hadn't read the book, but it was just interesting. And there, obviously, there's a picture of Meghan and her Suits co-stars. in the book, and she took, you could tell it's a library because of the background of that picture with all the books on the shelves. But I had no idea. I'd never heard about this person before, and I'd never heard about this book before. So again, I'm not, advocating for the book. I'm just saying the book's there. So it just was. I mean, she's like, the book was on display. It's like, oh, and I don't know where her local library is. So, but it's just interesting. It's like, sometimes you'd feel like it's just say the Sussex, the Sussex bubble of people talking, and you don't realize like people, they're displaying this in libraries and stuff. Everybody want to get a taste of Meghan, I guess, so it's very, very, very interesting. Let's see. Gwendolyn says they need to handle Mike Tyndall talking junk about Harry. The thing about that, Gwendolyn, I think that at some point we have to realize what's tabloid nonsense and what's not. I mean, the chance of their having a source just at the right place at the right time, just when Mike Tyndall says junk about Harry, that's one, very, very suspicious. That, very, very suspicious, especially they didn't say, exactly. Well, I think they said it was like after one of an event or whatever it is for the Jubilee, whatever. But just the odd chance that somebody would be there just at that moment to catch exactly what Mike Tyndall says and then run up. I mean, that in and of itself. And if it was something, maybe someone, and if it was, Mike Tyndall, whatever. Look, it could just be a situation where, if you've noticed, if you're on social media, you'd see a lot of posts by Mike Tyndall, and it could just be a situation of them wanting attention. They've been getting some attention lately from the press and just want more. And so I think in terms of stuff like this is where I would just ignore. It's just either the press have nothing to write about and they just write about it, or Mike Tyndall just wanting to get attention. And in either case, I literally give it none, because you don't want to feed any of that. Why? Because they're just doing it for clicks and attention. So that's where I would deal with that. That's why I just completely ignore that whole story. That's just British press or maybe British royal looking for some kind of attention, and don't give it any air. So that's where I think about that. So yeah. Trevor, hello, Trevor Capleton. I don't think I've seen this name before. If this is your first time, Trevor, welcome. If it's just me that hadn't noticed your name before, I apologize. But let's see what Trevor had to say. Wouldn't it be great if today's game has a massive turnout? The Monarch didn't want them in California. Well, their games have always been sold out. I mean, a lot of it was sold out even before the season started. So all of their matches have always been, and not just their matches. I mean, this Santa Barbara Polo Club, their thing is very popular. So it's always been sold out. So I don't think that is a problem at all. I mean, I don't necessarily know that Harry appreciates all the media that comes now that he's there, and Daily Mail splashing his picture all over. But because he is there, it's definitely attracted more press to the event, and with that, detractors as well. So yeah. But yeah, I think that the turnout has always been great. I think, again, it's been sold out since before the season started. So and Gozi said, this is very important. We should not comment. Chef is absolutely correct, squaddies. We stand corrected. Yeah, I see. We've all, Chef, if you're watching this, we've all been corrected by you. Thank you. I'm a pedo. Let's talk Baldy's letter that he sent to the spouse of one of the officers who's killed during the insurrection. And I actually let's get this out of there. I actually had just seen about this just before I came on, so I didn't even get a chance to actually read the letter. I just happened to bump into it because one of our squaddies, Pagan Trelawney, that's her I think that's how she says it, but that's her handle on Twitter. She commented about it, and I didn't really know about it. I hadn't seen it anywhere else. And so when I checked Twitter, I realized that there's a whole, it was also on CNN or something. And so apparently Prince William, if you hadn't heard about it, as Pagan was saying, well, let's just read Pagan's tweet. She says, Prince William's letter to the partner of the U.S. police officer who died during the insurrection is prompting some questions, right-wing based questions, his sudden foray into what they see as divisive U.S. political issues, while others question the timing of the letter. And so apparently, and Pagan did it, and this is why I love squatties, and this is why I pulled this in, because I love squatties because only squatties will come up with all these receipts. And if you look at the receipts, on this whole thing with Brian Sellers, he died of natural causes after defending Capitol on January 6th, medical examiner says. So he was part of the whole thing in January 6th, and the next day he died. They said it's natural causes, whatever. It's right in that, he was one of the officers there at the time. And the January 6th event, what happened January 6th, the mass insurrection that happened at the Capitol. And so that happened. So November of that year, when Harry did that, I guess the Zoom thing, like interview thing, seminar thing he did, he had mentioned that he had spoken to Jack Dorsey right before the Capitol riot, that his platform, Twitter, was causing people to get to a place that they would do what happened on January 6th. So Harry mentioned that on November 10th. 9 days later, Prince William, as you can see at the bottom, as you can follow Pagan's arrows, 9 days later, on November 19th, Prince William apparently wrote a condolence letter to the the girlfriend of Officer Brian Selznick, I guess a condolence letter about the tragedy and consoling her, whatever. So apparently, because that's the date that the letter was dated, somehow that letter never got to her until I guess a couple weeks ago or something. And amazingly enough, going on right now is the hearing for the January 6th, where they're doing a public hearing right now in the U.S. about what happened. And they're exposing a lot of things, including what happened in the White House, with the president, the vice president, Ivanka Trump, and all of this is now public, on public, television. You can watch it. And all of a sudden, I guess it's today, the girlfriend of the officer reveals that she got this letter from Prince William. And it is just the most, coincidence or conspiracy? Because if he had mailed this letter to her since, he wrote it last November in 2021, how is it she's just getting that letter now? And how is it in William's birthday is going to be 4 days? Today's the 17th. I think his birthday is the 21st. How is it like this letter is only gotten to her now while the hearing is going on? So the world now know that Prince William is, so kind that he sent her this letter during the hearing, and it's only revealed 4 days before his birthday. And if you notice what day it's revealed, Friday, going into his birthday weekend. So it's one of those things where you're like, that is very convenient, And again, look at the area that Prince William's jumping into, U.S. politics. And you think about it, if it was Meghan who had done this, remember how they behaved when Meghan just literally went to Texas and donated food, her time, and all of that. And everybody's screaming about what, the fact that, that she brought cameras and all of that stuff, and it's for publicity. Well, where is the screaming from the British press about this? Because this is William literally jumping into a political issue. And not only is this happening, Now the right-wing people who are his fans are now questioning, like, why are you jumping into US politics? And so it is just like, when we talked about the last time we talked about the Prince William hiring a US PR person to get into the US market. This is part of it. He is trying, because it's like, why else would you have this? And especially this month, where all the bigging up of William, he's this, he's that, he's the other, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And all of a sudden, his birthday weekend, we get, oh yes, Prince William is such a kind gentleman. He gave, and look, this lady is grieving. Anybody who sends her, condolences, whatever, it's a great thing. I'm not saying, the letter in itself is bad. I'm talking about the timing of it. That it's revealed now in the middle of, when the world is paying attention to the January 6th inquiries and, the hearing. And then it's also Prince William. And this is the time that this letter got to her and is now being revealed. This is very strategic British PR, very strategic British royal family PR, and using this situation and using this woman for their benefit. It is very, it is, hello. And so again, I literally saw it right before I came on, so I didn't even get a chance to read the letter. And I'm sure the letter, it's a condolence letter. So, whatever. But I'm speaking to the timing of her. Again, this was written in 2021. Why is it just getting to her in 2022, right in the time when hearing is going on and it's his birthday? It's not hard to put two and two together. It is literally not hard. And again, yes, Rhonda, thought it was unroyal. I thought the unroyals were not political. Hello, that's what not even their fans, royal fans, are now like, especially Americans, like, excuse me, why are you getting involved in, especially on the side you're getting involved in, why are you getting involved in US politics? Because again, if this was Meghan, or Harry, what would the press be doing right now? What would royal fans, the British press, what would they be saying right now? We all know what would happen. Unreal. Karen says, I see the new guy is at work already trying to win Americans to William and Kay side. Oh yeah, that's very clear. That's the reason. Well, I was like, I actually even brought it in a couple of episodes ago. I retweeted one of our, she's not a squatty, but she's a Sussex supporter. She posted his profile or his handle, and she blocked him, and I retweeted it. And I was like, y'all might want to block this guy because his tweets are protected, so you can't see it, but he can see ours. So a lot of us have already blocked him. Let's see. Joyce says the letter smells like PR for Willie. I mean, hello. Again, condolence letter to the lady is fine. I mean, she lost her boyfriend and it was traumatic. So condolence. But my thing is timing. It's all in timing. When do you want the world to know that you did a good deed? Very much, especially with the PR that's been going on with Prince William. This is very easy to spot. Joanne says, when will William stop his performance act that he does? It's getting old. 10 months later, he sends a letter. Really not genuine bone in his body. And again, also, too, 9 days after Prince Harry talked about it. It's not hard to figure out why he wrote that letter. There's always a competition with William, and wanting to one-up Harry. 9 days after Harry talked about it, it's like, okay, let's see what I can do to one up. I mean, it's so simple to see it. It's just like this one-sided competition that he has going, and it's like, Harry's not competing with you. He is literally not competing. Oh, thank you, Beverly. Fantastic Friday to you as well. She wants all squaddies to have a fantastic Friday. Um, Ruth says, Willie can't stop performing. He has no clue how to be authentic. It was bred out of him. Still, that's what the royal family do. It's all about performance. It's all about performance. There's nothing real there. Let's see. It's not the date on the letter. What is the postmark? Don't know. Don't know when it was sent. But she recently got it, and of course, did it now on his birthday weekend. Unbelievable. Um, let's see. Cinderella. Hi, Cinderella says the Lambridges are always trying to compete with the Sussexes, but they are losing the battle. Again, it's like it's one-sided. You know, you're doing all this stuff to get attention and to get you know, press and all of that stuff, instead of using that time to do something of substance. That would be the thing. I mean, if you look again, this one-sided battle, Harry and Meghan are literally doing that. You know what I mean? They're not trying. They just do what they do when they do it. And it doesn't mean Meghan literally just made a phone call to the Hub Community Kitchen, and just about everywhere you go, people are writing about it. There's so many press that covered that one phone call that we didn't even hear from Meghan. It's not like she posted it on her site or anything like that, you know? So it's unreal. Amazing. But anyway, not belabor that point. Let's move on. Let's see what else I got here. There was something else I wanted to talk about with that. Let's see. Okay, maybe I did talk about it. Oh well. Anyway, Christopher Boozy, who is, this man has been doing the Lord's work, I'm telling you. Well, from his reports about Meghan, the trolls that were attacking Meghan, to he has moved, he's not moved on from it, but he's now gone ahead and done a different, report about the attacks against the vice president, and also the attacks against Amber Heard. Whatever you think of her, there are attacks. But anyway, so Christopher Boozy, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. He posted this, and apparently there is a a troll. We want to think, they are individual people, but a lot of times it begs the question. But this troll, Evan Einstein, has been promoting, like literally paying to promote, negative tweets about Meghan, as i.e. the one on the left, where he's promoting that her trip to Valde, Texas was self-serving. And he's also promoting on the right. You see him promoting. And if you look at the bottom of the tweet, it says promoted. And you look at the other one, it also says promoted. That means he is or she is paying to promote these tweets on Twitter. And you're like, and obviously the one about Duchess Kate was from yesterday. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday when she had when she met with yesterday when she met with the Minister of Health in the UK, presenting the early years thing. And that's the picture, because that's what she was wearing yesterday, and you can see the early childhood thing in the background of the picture. And so this person or people or organization, whomever owns this tweet, they are paying to promote these tweets. And so one of Christopher's Boozy was asking, like, who would do that? Who, for some people that you haven't met, who would literally pay money to promote tweets? It's one thing to write a tweet or write a negative tweet about someone or troll someone for free on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or whatever. It's something completely different when you are literally paying your own money to promote those tweets of people you've most likely never met? So Christopher Boozy is now like, this is probably not a person. This is for somebody is paying to have this done. Who is the people that would benefit from paying money to promote Kate Middleton and obviously say horribly negative things about Meghan? Who will benefit from this? And so now he has actually did a post today, like, if all his followers on Twitter see any more of these promoted, to send it to him, to screenshot it and send it to him, because I'm thinking he's going to start digging into who is behind promoting these tweets. Because again, why would you promote something that you've never, and somebody that you don't even know? Why would you pay to promote? And so one of the things he has done, apart from Meghan, is he did an entire new report about the vice president, because she is also, as we've known, with especially black women, has been getting trolled online, like unreal amount of trolling online, including our vice president. Oh my goodness, the things that people would write about the vice president of the United States is incredible. And Christopher Boozy now went ahead and did a whole report, just as he did on Meghan, highlighting all those tweets that's been doing that, and all the handles that's been doing that. And this is part of his report. He said, in January 22nd, a group of preeminent Black women and women of color expressed their concerns about Sentinel regarding the increased abuse Vice President Kamala Harris received on Twitter, and how Twitter ignored their numerous reports about the abuse. The women felt Twitter wasn't taking the problem seriously, and they wanted to know why the abuse was allowed to continue. Several of them felt Twitter was purposely allowing the abuse to continue. Yes, I absolutely believe that. And especially, and also to Meghan. And we set out to determine if Kamala Harris was a victim of abuse, hateful content, and targeted harassment and on Twitter. And it goes on to mention all the names that they have. I'm telling you, the names are so vile. I obviously could not bring them onto here because I couldn't say those names, and I literally had to. There's going to be a link in the show notes to the report. You can read it yourself. And so when he did that in May 26th, Twitter then started removing a lot of the hate tweets that they have allowed on that platform for the last how long they've had it there. And so on the 13th of June, you can see on the top right, Christopher reported that 56% of those tweets have been Twitter has taken down. So there's still, another 44% that's still there, but they've taken down 56% of the negative tweets and negative abusive tweets against the vice president. And he had also tweeted that very soon Meghan and Harry are going to have they are going to have something that will help their family. And it was really great to see. And so what happened is this happened. And so it's like, oh my goodness. Yesterday, or day before yesterday, I'm getting my dates mixed up. Like, what day is today? This happened. Vice President, the Biden administration had launched a task force aimed at addressing and preventing online harassment and abuse, senior administration official says. And so, what is it? A few days after that tweet was, a couple of weeks after Christopher Boozy's report came out, the White House is doing something about it. And Sloane Stephens, who is a tennis player, and I didn't know Sloane was going through all this. Sloane Stephens was at the White House, and she's the one that introduced the vice president as they were introducing this program. It says, it was truly a pleasure to introduce Vice President introduced vice president as she launched the White House task force to address online harassment and abuse. And Chris was like, I told you guys something significant was coming, and he talked about something significant coming that will help, as also Meghan. And I had no idea that all of this stuff was happening. With Sloan, especially. Obviously, I knew about the vice president and the NBC, and you guys have probably read this, but for those of who hadn't seen it, says Vice President Kamala Harris on Thursday launched a task force aiming at combating and preventing online harassment and abuse, saying for far too many people, the internet is a place of fear. Harris was joined by survivors and advocates at kickoff of the National Task Force, which will be charged with developing recommendations for state governments, online platforms, schools, and other public and private entities within 6 months. The task force aims to address the growing problem of online harassment, abuse, and disproportionately targets women, girls, and LGBTQI people. A White House official told reporters in the call Wednesday the creation of the panel, which President Joe Biden established by executive action early Thursday, comes after mass shooting in Uvalde, Texas, Buffalo, New York, and among other places, horrified the nation and spurred bipartisan. Let's get this. Sorry, it's quite a bit of reading, I guess. Let's just get this banner off so I can finish it. Horrified the nation and spurred bipartisan negotiation in Congress on gun restrictions. And also, a little bit more, it says, at the roundtable with Harris on Thursday, senior White House officials and cabinet members on the task force listened to recommendations on the panel affected by online abuse, as well as prosecutors, legal scholars, and victim advocates. Among the speakers was tennis star Sloane Stephens, who went public last year about the torrent of racist and misogynistic online hate that she was subjected to after losing the U.S. Open. She said Thursday, the harassment is unrelenting. No matter whether I win or lose, someone online is mad, she said. And I am so glad that this has happened. And again, if you are on Twitter, please, gives a thumbs up to Christopher Boozy again, who is doing the Lord's work in making sure, these are addressed. Because again, even though she's the vice president, she has been getting incredible abuse from all over, and also Sloane Stephens as well. And I didn't realize Sloane was going through this. We have Simone Biles who go through it. I mean, especially Black and brown women have been getting the brunt of the abuse online. So I am so happy that they are addressing it. So fantastic work. And again, as Christopher Boozy said, and who is given praise to, one of the people that he is praised and for funding and also supporting his work in doing this, is the Sussex squad. So kudos to everybody who has supported his work. So yeah. Kathy Gabby says, Petal, yes, I read about this. Some good news has to come from higher up, so victims can have legal recourse. Yeah, I think they need to put in place where it's easier to sue platforms, especially that really, you have even this, we're on YouTube, but again, YouTube has, to be fair, YouTube has allowed, you can go on YouTube right now and see the amount of abuse. Hello, look at all the Meghan hate channels are there. Twitter, the same thing. Facebook, Instagram, all this abuse where it's okay for people, so yes, it's freedom of speech, but freedom of that come consequences, So yeah. Oh, thank you. Lydia says 578 in the now 579 in the chat. Please please click the like button that's right under there and help us out. Let's see who else is in the chat. Let's get to your your comments. I wanted to talk today. I wanted to talk about there was a situation going on in the UK with the veterans in the UK, and we've run out of time, unfortunately, with what's going on with veterans in the UK not getting the care they actually been neglected, not getting the care that they need to. And I sent it in our community post that we were going to chat, but I've run out of time, so I'm going to put that on first thing the next chat so we can talk about it. Yeah, so because it's a little bit lengthy going through, and it has to, you think about veterans, you think about the Invictus, and how I've talked, and we've all talked at length about how the veterans, the UK veterans, how they were treated at the Invictus Games. And this has it, when I read this, I was like, yeah, it made a lot of sense what happened with the UK veterans, and how they were treated and basically disregarded by the UK government, the royal family. This made a lot of sense. So I wanted to talk about it, but it's a little bit lengthy and we don't have the time. So next podcast, I will make sure that I have the time to talk about it. So I am going to find something, because I saw someone, Maverick, thank you so much for this is messy. Yes, it's messy. Thank you, Maverick, so much for your support. I appreciate your you donating. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Did you did you just donate twice? Did I? Oh my goodness. This is for the petty. Thank you so much, Maverick. This is very funny. You are funny. I love it. Thank you. I'll keep my petty then. Sharon says, I don't get it. The media and the royals can't stand Meghan, but watches everything she does, then tries to copy her. I know. They not only watch her, they criticize and pull down everything she does, but then they go right ahead and copy everything she does. And then what happens when they copy it? The media praises the royals who copy her. It's just, it's unreal, let's see, what else? Anne Marie, hi Anne Marie Bethel. Anne Marie says William is going to catch hell in the U.S. with the squatties. The U.S. is Meghan's birthplace. That's all I'm saying. Every time I see, well, I'm not going to say, do nothing, dislike him more. Yeah, it's, but to be honest, there is a lot of right wingers who really love the royal family, because they are the representation of white supremacy that they love. So especially, Trump supporters, oh, they love the royal family. They're all about the royal family. They hate Meghan and Harry. So especially Meghan. So there is an audience, but they are trying to cross over into, the liberal side of the US demographic. And so that's what they're trying to do. So again, I don't know if this letter to the officer's girlfriend is going to help him, Emily, because his right-wing people are like, don't get involved in our politics, please. So not sure how that's going to go over. Lydia says, Church Nelly, I have not seen a notification banner today. Is he later? I was wondering the same thing, because I checked and I didn't see anything. I don't know why my notifications from Baron never come, and I always have to try to scrunch through or DM him on Twitter to find out when his podcast is going. I don't know. I hadn't seen anything. So if anybody knows, Oh, Elaine is saying 1 hour time for Baron. Okay, so I'm assuming Baron is starting just about now. So if you need to jump over to Baron, it's totally wonderful. Fine. We're gonna wrap up in a couple of minutes, and I'll probably join you over there in a bit too. So let's see. C-Max says Naomi Osaka should have been there too. Another person that protected her mental health and was bashed for it. Yes, exactly. Naomi Osaka, definitely Meghan, Simone Biles, when she had to stop at the Olympics, especially when she was getting what is that thing where they get their head spin? I forgot what they twirlies or something like that, it was called. I don't think that's the name, but it's something to that effect. When she was having that and had to pull out of a couple of events, she got blasted. I mean, Piers Morgan was at the forefront of attacking those two women, you know, along with his minions. So definitely, she could have been. I mean, there are a lot of people. You think Megan Thee Stallion, I mean, abused in so many ways. So any one of those women and more could have been there. Let's see. C-Mac also says Trump supporters hate Harry and Meghan. I don't think they are necessarily in love with the royals. Doesn't fit their patriotic narrative. They love the supremacy. Is the white supremacy part of it? I think is what attracts them, because a lot of them are definitely royalists. A lot of them, especially the women. You know, I can't speak so much for the men, but I see them on Twitter a lot, and it's like I've had to. I mean, I've been on a blocking spree when I see it. So let's see. Let's see. Church Nelly says Baron's not on now. So okay, so we'll go on a little bit more because Baron is not on. So I'm not sure if anybody knows what time. Oh, twisties. Thank you, Therese. What Simone Biles went through is called twisties. It's when she is up in the air doing those twists and turns, or before she lands. That's when they cannot. It's sort of like, you know, your brain cannot pick up where to land, like literally when you have twisties, if you're in the air, you can literally land on your head. And so it's one of the most dangerous things to have, because you cannot, you're for some reason your mind, where you're normally able to figure out where your feet is and where your head is in terms of your relation to the ground, when you have twisties you can't. So literally, if you have that in the middle of a routine, you can literally kill yourself, because you can literally land on your head. And so that's why she had to pull out. And a lot of people who don't understand, even people who supposedly understand, but the fact is, a Black woman is, you know, saying, I'm human. This is something when I need to stop and, you know, focus on my mental health. Oh no, they attacked her. And so it was brutal for Simone Biles. So, and yes, Deb, absolutely. Simone was also molested by her trainer. Yes. With other members of the team. She's been through a lot. Yes, absolutely. She has definitely been through a lot. And I think they're right now suing the FBI for not, you know, for, I guess, them not doing stuff before that it all came out. So they are doing that. They've testified before Congress and all of that stuff, because they were not protected. These are young girls, you know, and the nation is celebrating them. They are Olympians or whatever, but not taking care of them. Where the doctor, their team doctor, is molesting these girls, and he's molested a lot of them. He's now in jail, in prison for a long time. I don't know if he's ever coming out. I don't remember how many years he got, but yeah. So she has been through a lot. She and her other teammates have been through a lot. So good for them and their courage for speaking out. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Joyce. Joyce is talking to Church Nelly. She said, I saw Catherine mark to you. I too am still blocked out of the chat with Sussex Royal. Oh, really? And have been a subscriber for months. Oh no, did Baron accidentally star somebody? Oh no, I heard to not star anybody, because that could be. So maybe we can alert Baron. I mean, I don't know what the situation is there, but so yeah. Let's see. And Gozi says, Pedal, that's amazing news, but I want to sue the platforms too. who knows? This could be part of what they're doing. This could be part of them making it easier for people to hold platforms accountable. Because, yeah, I mean, people could try to post whatever on your site, but if you allow that to stay there, if and not having enough oversight and to understand the difference between free speech and blatant abuse, then you should be held accountable to that. And a lot of things, again, even on this platform, is abusive. And so if you're allowing that to stay on your platform, then you should be held accountable. And you see that in so many other platforms, you should be held accountable. So, and I think if more and more platforms are held accountable, then it would be less likely that they would want to keep abusive stuff on their platform. If more people, if more people would stop advertising with them, that also would put a check. So there you go. So let's see a couple more. Comments and see what we have. And Zuri says they targeted actress Moses Ingram and Sonequa Martin. I've heard about Moses. I hadn't heard about her. I hadn't heard about her before until I saw something where they were attacking her. I think she's apparently on, I guess, I'm assuming one of those superheroes movies. I don't know. I don't remember, but I saw it was the first time I was seeing the name and then realized that was a situation. Apparently people are not happy that she's a black girl playing this character. I don't know who Sonequa Martin Green is, so maybe you can explain who that. I don't know. I did not have seen her name before. Oh, we have some word about Baron's podcast. It's going to be at 1:30 today. So yeah, Baron's podcast is at 1:30. So there you go. So we have a few more minutes. Black Queen says she's on Star Wars. Okay, so Moses Ingram is on Star Wars, and it's a show on Disney Plus. Oh, there's a Star Wars on Disney Plus. Okay. I didn't realize it was a television show. Wow. I only knew about the movie. Again, this is Petal not watching television, so I am sorry that I'm not on. I am not up on this part, but I did hear. I did read that Moses Ingram was the first time I was hearing about her. That she was also being abused. So all of these people are going through this. So I think this will definitely help. And so. Let's see. Robert says, Petal, that would be great to do a podcast on what Meghan has done before she met Harry. Oh, why, thank you, Robert. I think it would be great too. And, I think it would be fantastic for us that we can point to, and some things that we just may not know. Some things we know that we talk about all the time, but some things that are there that we just don't know. So I would go in and do a podcast on it. And so we can have that. So that'll be awesome. Ann Washington says Baron is trying to get rid of trolls, so he set the preference. Okay, so I guess Royal Sussex has probably been inundated with trolls, and it's weird because another one of the Sussex platforms, I listened to a part of her podcast earlier today, and she said the same thing, that for some reason, all of a sudden her podcast got all these trolls and people were coming after her. So she was addressing someone, but she mentioned that. And so thankfully, we've had a couple of trolls, but we have not been inundated with trolls, but hopefully we can keep this space. So whatever his preference is, Baron's preference that he set, I mean, that may be why, and maybe it's unfortunately some people got caught up in that, their accounts got caught up in that. So I can mention to Baron to check and to see. And if you also want, you can email whatever, just so we can have a list of who on here that is a regular on Barron, you have an account, whatever, and that you've been watching Barron and you have been shut out, if you want to email it or post it on the regular comments, and so I can DM Barron to take a look and see what happened, why you are shut out of comments. So if you either want to, you could email facts and 2 cents at Gmail, or post it in the regular comments. So, and I go through that and I'll just take and just let me know, Petal, I was shut out of Barron's account, and I will send it to him. He can check his preference and see, and check his thing and see what happened. That would be also great. So that way, you can see what the deal is. And again, I don't know. So, Joyce is, well, no, of course you're not of course you're not a troll, Joyce. So I think, again, if their preferences, it may have caught something that, and stuff happens. So they don't know, they may know, those preferences don't know friend from foe, I guess. So let's see, let's go through and see what else is there. Actually, since we have 15 minutes, why don't I do this? Why don't we do a little practice again? I'm going to invite you to call in. I'm going to take one person, 1 or 2 people could call in and just say what's on your mind. And I'm going to put the link in just so you and I can practice together. And you can use this as a way. So the link to call in is now in the chat. So I'm going to say 2 minutes. So if you'd like to call in and chat with me, just, come on in, come on over, come on in, and we can chat as well. So we have a few minutes while I go through the chat and chat with everyone. So I'd love to hear from you again, 2 minutes. So that way, if more than one, we can give whoever the people call in enough time to, say or make a comment live on the air. So let's see. Angela Simmons says they started attacking when the TM and his son attacked the Sussex squad. Oh, really? So I guess that's when the trolls started coming in. Okay. I guess that was through with the Dan Wooten thing. That's when they started coming, attacking. That makes sense. And that probably is why it got attacked. We got attacked. So, okay. So Maverick is coming. So just, I'm going to put it out there. If you're coming online and to chat with me, just make sure that we are very, no cussing, no cussing, that we're respectful. I'm just going to put that out there, or anything defamatory in any way, because we want to stay online. We want to stay here. So, okay. So Maverick is here. Hi, Matt. Let's just get Maverick on. Hi, Maverick. How are you?
I'm good, darling. How are you?
I am doing good. Wait a minute. You're in the UK?
No. I'm in U.S. in California.
Oh, California.
Yes, okay. I'm right near Meghan and Harry. Yes.
You are fantastic.
Yes. Like, any drive on the freeway, you can get near anybody. But I want to. This is a perfect time, darling, to talk about this, where the squatties are eating at each other and accusing other squatties of being trolls. I have been a part of rural Sussex since its inception. I used to be also listening. I also listened to Harry and Meghan with Hugo. I've always been a squatty before we even were called squatties. And all of a sudden, certain moderators and other people were calling other people trolls, and I knew that some of these people were there for a long time and they were being called trolls, and I was called a troll, and I thought, what is going on here? And it started becoming very cliquish. And I thought, this is really strange that we're eating up each other and blocking each other. And I'm thinking, this is really weird. I have donated to channels and still was called a troll. So I think that this whole troll blocking thing will cause these channels to lose viewership, because people who are not trolls are being called trolls. And when the real trolls come in, if they're usually very derogatory and very sort of harsh, and who they're. But I thought, if I'm called a troll and I'm a loyal Sussex squatty, I'm thinking, what is going on here? So I just hope that your channel and that you don't decide to let these moderators or whoever they are think that they're protecting you, but they're really hurting the channel. So I'm now very upset at Royal Sussex and Baron and all of that because I've been there since the beginning. And I thought if I'm considered a troll, and I knew a couple of other people were called trolls, I'm thinking, why do we call this person troll? They've been in every sort of live chat and being positive, and still get called trolls if someone misinterprets a tweet or whatever they call it. And I thought
Okay.
that's really strange. So be very careful on the blocking the trolls. And another thing with blocking the trolls, you want the trolls to come to your channel because when the trolls come to your channel, they tell other trolls, and that just builds up your numbers and your viewership. And I thought
Okay.
we can handle the
Well,
trolls within the chat.
yeah. Well, okay. So a couple of things with that. Thank you
Yeah,
Patrick, for your comment. And of course, nobody wants to be called a troll, and I totally
no.
understand. I totally understand the pain, and I totally
Oh,
understand.
yeah, absolutely.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying that. And anyone, who been called a troll, it's not pleasant, obviously,
No, it isn't.
right? So a couple of things. One, our moderators are doing a great job. It is not easy to come in and to help out in this way. It is not an easy thing. And for me, I'm very, very grateful for our moderators that they do a fantastic job in taking care and making sure that our channel is safe. For my channel, I am very, very protective of, and thank you so much, Maverick. I appreciate it. So I am very, 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 very protective of this channel or any creative space that I am in. I will guard it with my life, and any kind of trolling in any, derogatory, whatever, I will, you've heard me speak about this. I'm very upfront about how I feel in this because I'm very making sure that one, that I am in a space that I love being, I enjoy it, makes me feel good, and I want that for everyone who is here. Um, Again, with trolls coming in, when the thing happened with Dan Wooten, Baron's, as we know, Baron's channel was attacked. And mine, apparently, one of my videos even went down for a few minutes and came back, whatever. When stuff like that happens, their people, their minions, Dan Rootens and all his trolls, a lot of the hate channels and the people that follow them follow that content. So it is not surprising that they will come in and attack. Again, it was not just Baron. It happened with another channel that I found out today when hearing from her. She said all of a sudden she also had an influx of trolls coming in and attacking her channel. And so there are preferences that are in YouTube that you can apparently, and I hadn't gone in to look at it, where you can protect your channel from trolls coming in to say horrible things. And we've seen, the few that we've had here say a really horrible thing, and then some of them were X-rated and all of that stuff. Do that. You don't want that on your channel. So if there are preferences that YouTube has that you could set to weed that stuff out, then you will go for it, right? Unfortunately, what happens sometimes, the preferences that are set they don't know friend from foe. It's just something in the program and so what happens is you got to go in, and the people that I have, for example, removed from my channel, trolls that I've removed, I have a list of those people that that's in there, that it keeps a record of the people that you've removed from your channel. So that's why I said, if you are part of the person that was removed from his channel, that, and you're not, just send me an email, send me, or post it in the comments, and I'll send him a list and say, can you take a look at this? That because maybe they got caught up in the, whatever was removed, and if, hopefully they have that list. And so I don't think there's any, I mean, again, and I don't know people's heart, and I would think there's any kind of, hatred, like, oh my gosh, you can't be here, or you're whatever. I guess it's what I'm trying to say is, out of the abundance of caution, and sometimes mistakes are made. We are human beings, we make mistakes. We can be like, okay, why, we, or someone could be, say, okay, you're a troll because of a comment you made, whatever. It could be a mistake, even if it was okay, they were wrong. We can always apologize and and admit where we were wrong, whatever. And again, if I have on this channel said you were a troll and you're not a troll, I apologize. Again, we're human, we make mistakes. So but I guess I don't know even know if any of this makes sense, but I'm just trying to say, if you've been blocked in any way because of the preference to set, because there is a preference about when you're setting up your video about completely where it's very strict as to the whether it's a word or a phrase or whatever that can be considered trolling, it will block it. So, and again, please send me a list so we can look back and make sure that the people who are not trolls and people who are, who've been here with us are not caught up in this. Again, this is a machine. It's a program that makes mistakes, as we all know. So again, for me, the moderators, they do an incredible job. And again, our moderators here know the standard here that we have and we've set. And I appreciate them looking out and protecting our space here. And so anybody who's been caught up in, whether it's been removed or blocked or anything like that, and if you feel like you were done, it was done inappropriate or wrong or whatever, please just send me an email, factsand2cents@gmail.com, or put it in the regular post and we can take care of it. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't. So yeah. Let's see. Lydia said that actual content creator was in your chat pedal, that lady Taz. Oh, okay. She was in the chat today. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, it was just wild. I didn't know that. But yeah, it just. Let's see. Oh, and a lot of the other point. I'm sorry. The other point I was trying to make with trolls. I don't, if I as much as I want more people to be a part of this community, I simply will not allow trolls in. I'd rather it stay at 4,000 and believe. I would rather have one person that is positive than to have a million people where trolls are playing up. And I refuse to deal with trolls. I don't want your numbers. I don't want your viewership. I don't want anything from you. I don't want you here at all in any sense of the word. For me, having a positive creative space where people can enjoy themselves is a lot more, for me, a lot more important than having a million people spewing nasty stuff. I have no interest in their viewership. I have no interest in having numbers just for numbers where trolls are playing up in. I have zero tolerance for trolls. On Twitter, there's a reason I don't get trolls. It's because they're all blocked. I have zero tolerance for it. I have zero tolerance for it there, and I have zero tolerance for it here. So I don't want your numbers. I don't want your viewership. Stay away, far away from this channel. Don't want you here at all, period. So that's my take on building up numbers with trolls. I don't want it. I'd rather stay one. I'd rather just me here talking to myself than to have trolls. So yeah, I don't want it at all. So yeah. Let's see. Moving on. I think I belabored that point way too much. K Elwood C says, I hate the Sussex channel are being attacked. I love them all and keep me up on my faves. By the way, hello everyone. Hello, Casey Wood. Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to be attacked. Nobody wants to, be, but it tells me that we're doing something good. It tells me that we are making people uncomfortable, which is good. Be uncomfortable. We'll still block you if you come here. we'll still block all of you. But be uncomfortable. It's time to be uncomfortable for all the hate you've been spreading. So yeah, we're doing something and making people uncomfortable. But I am grateful for our for our moderators who do an incredible job. They are not paid. They don't have to do any of this at all. Out of their free will, they have decided to come and really be here and be in a positive environment. But again, we are people. We can make mistakes. We can, I mean, hello, you see my mistakes all the time. So but any of anyone feeling any kind of way about what I said or my mistakes, whatever, please feel free to let me know. Let me know in regular comments, because I'm going to be there reading all of it. So please let me know there as well. Again, you also have our email, factsand2cents@gmail. You go free to let us know there as well. But I love you all. Baron is starting. It's 1:30. Thank you again, our incredible moderators, Lydia, Church Nelly, Karen M. Wait, Cookies and Cream, are you here? Oh, wait a minute. Did I say Cookies and Cream? Oh, I don't know. I think I may have, I don't think I saw Cookies and Cream today. But if you're here and I just didn't find you, thank you so much for the incredible work you guys are doing to keep the space safe and to keep us going and happy and, having nachos. There you go. Thank you all so much. I love you. Thank you, Maverick, for coming on and talking to me. I appreciate you. And I really thank you for your honesty. And, thank you for sharing with us your feelings. And I appreciate honesty, whether we like it or not, whether you agree with it or not. I appreciate that honesty. So thank you for coming on and sharing your honesty as well. So anyways, again, if you have issues, email, put in comments so that we can make sure that we're all happy about stuff. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Have a fantastic Friday. And I'm trying to find this tweet so I can, Casey Wood, I love you, but I have to take this. Yeah, there we go. I can take it off the screen. There we go. I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Doing whatever it is you're doing this weekend. And we are going to go out with some music as usual, our inner space music. There we go. Bye, everyone. See you next time. Hopefully it's tomorrow because I missed y'all yesterday. So hopefully no more. But all right. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.